welcome back. I am the J Dog, and this is Broken Sword 1 Shadows of the Templar, something like that. Curse the Templar. I don't know, there's a Templar in there somewhere. So we're walking around here as George, and we just kind of came up on here. We haven't done anything yet. Let's look at the door. Yep, fish.
The gates were made of solid, age-blackened wood.
Hey, get off the keyboard.
The farmer's craggy face was set in a mask of aesthetic appreciation. His feet were set in a pair of manure-caked boots.
Hi.
Do you speak English?
Well, no, what if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in
Why
denial.
wouldn't you speak English?
A
They're in
pretty
Ireland.
poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest
Come on,
hypnotist
you
of
can't
all
lay
time.
there.
It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
He's traveling
I
a
was a
lot.
little out of practice. What can you tell me about the castle?
Yeah, that's all I
Not
wanna
much,
know.
I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten.
That's not true.
But if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Wow. That's
Have
a long
you
time.
seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yep.
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the barn.
You probably know him.
An idiot. How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right.
Ooh.
That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh, no, but he has been abducted.
But yeah,
Well,
what was that little thing?
so,
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
what for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
No, I'll watch the haystack.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Yes.
Marvelous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Yeah.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
I'm going up.
On the back of the cart was a crazily stacked tower of hay bales, leaning precariously against the castle wall.
Let's look over here though. I don't know if we scrolled the screen all the way. There might be something else. No? Let's see if we can get in here though. I mean, it's locked, but let's get the dialogue.
Pushing with all my strength got me nowhere. They didn't budge. I really need to start working out.
Don't we all, George? Don't we all? Alright, up we go.
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
Do I have something?
There was a narrow crack between two of the stones where the centuries-old mortar had crumbled away. I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back
Okay, we
several
need to
inches
get
into
a
the
wooden
rock.
plank somewhere.
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
There we go.
I tugged at the lifting key and found it was held quite securely.
Alright, so I guess we just take it over. There's a dig hole.
It was a rusted piece of iron, maybe part of a plow or something.
Ouch.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
I guess I was supposed to do that. What was so hard about that? I always heard the goat puzzle was supposed to be hard. Oh, Georgie. This isn't safe, dude.
It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving. The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand. The statue lay face up.
So now it's gonna leave an indentation.
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand. The 5 fingers on the back of the statue had left their impressions in the fine sand. I placed my fingers in the 5 impressions left by the fallen stone. It was weird. They fit perfectly.
Okay, so where did it fall from?
It was a statue which had 5 fingers of...
That's how we leave. Let's go check out the table.
The sack contained a fine white powder.
That's where it came down. Okay, let's pick up the white powder.
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was.
Cocaine?
Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Oh, okay, I guess we're...
The sack contained a... I reached... It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's...
I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to look at the wall.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Now what? We gotta get it wet, right?
The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement.
Is it?
I smoothed.
No, we gotta do something else to it.
There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately. I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened. Behind the altar was a carved panel decorated with animals, birds, and plants.
We need
I tried in vain to move the panel.
something to do with that plaster. We gotta have something else to do. And we don't have shit.
I reached it. The sack contained a...
Where can we get some water? We get a code drink from the bar? I guess that guy's
Excuse me.
really looking for
Yes,
him.
sir?
Hey, how about another drink?
See him again?
Do you serve cocktails?
I'll serve anyone with manners and money.
No, I'm serious. Have you considered turning McDevitt's into a cocktail bar? Cocktails are chic, cool,
What is this guy
and
talking
popular
about?
with younger drinkers.
What? Kids in the bar? Can you imagine it? Pinball, pimples, and puke.
Right, I get the picture. I'll settle for a glass of stout.
I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my dear, is it?
Does this...
I'm not interested.
Ah,
Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
No,
Why won't you shake my hand?
because I don't know.
Look, I gotta be going.
we gotta mix something with the plaster.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
Oh, I bet that's where we come up from.
Hey, McGuire,
What?
do you know what this white powder is?
No?
See you later, kid.
Okay.
Alright, back up. Oh, do I want to drop it down now? Oh no, I can't do anything with the statue anymore.
I smoothed. The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster.
I don't know. I was just trying something there. Where can we get water from? Or what else do we need to react with it? Electricity? Worth a shot. The matchbook wouldn't do anything. The nose. Can't use the powder with the powder. Anywhere else to go? Nope. There's nowhere else to go. Okay, so we missed something somewhere, obviously. Looks like it's muddy there, but that doesn't help us. Okay. We're looking on time. 15 minutes?
It was impossible. It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman.
Oh, okay. That was my hint. Alright. A glass of water, dishwasher.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
We'll get in there.
I couldn't see anything. It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than...
I mean, okay, so how do I fix it?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Give me another beer. Give everyone another beer. Let's party, guys.
I think you've had enough, don't you?
Hey, listen. Is it supposed to taste the way it does?
Goat stout is brewed from the finest chemicals in the world. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
Look, I gotta be going. Hey.
Hello there again, mister.
Does this piece of wire mean anything to you?
Not me, mister.
Oh, yes.
Bye for now. Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
Goodbye for now. It was an electric...
Okay, we got the wire to fix the dishwasher, but why won't it let me fix it?
Hello again.
What?
Here, this wire belongs to you.
Oh, no. Never saw it before. No.
Okay.
What do you make of this white powder?
Ah! Hay fever.
I'll see you later.
What? Oh, he thinks we're nobody. Okay. So we'll show him the electrician's ID to let us fix it.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
That's
It
it.
just so happens I'm an electrician.
Yes.
Check out my credentials.
Well, now, isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer. And when you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Alright, let's... Alright, maybe now we gotta dig into it a little bit. We are not an electrician, though.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. It was an electric glass washer. It looked even... It was an electrical plug. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half pint to that man on the house.
Halfway?
Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Oh, down in the spooky cellar. What is that?
It was the lever which locked the trap door. I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Now I can get a hint. We're just in here. Let's go up top.
I lifted the trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
That dude's creepy as fuck. I guess that's why he's the killer.
It was impossible.
So did that give us light? Is that what?
Now I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trapdoor. It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Dun,
Did
dun,
you
dun.
find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
So I got the gem?
It was a large blue gemstone.
So now we need to get that tripod.
It was a rusty faucet.
We need to get some water. We need to get a cup.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water. It was a rust. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
I need a cup. Anything else down here? I need some damn water. I can't do anything with the... I didn't even see the pumps.
Excuse me. Yes, sir? Look, I gotta be going.
Are we not going to fix the pumps? Are we not even going to look at the pumps? He wouldn't jump down that far. I didn't even think about that. Ooh. If anything to put water in?
It
Would it absorb the water?
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Khan's gonna, if he starts seeing us all nosing around his stuff, he's gonna catch on.
I shut off the faucet.
No, I can't pick up his cup.
Hey, McGuire.
What?
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Yeah, I know I need water. Yeah, I know there was a sink in the cellar. Something that can soak up water. Oh, that's a bar towel. Duh. I thought it was a coupon. Alright. I mean, I was on the right track. I just needed to see it in writing, I
The
guess.
faucet creaked. I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
Alright, we're going up. We're going out. We're going in. We're going up. We're going over. We're going down. And we're going to end it right there, guys. So drop a like if you haven't already. Drop a sub if you're new. I am